and Murthy.
Giving an opportunity to talk. Vijaypur or Bijapur is a very famous tourist place in northern Karnataka, and they get only 4 seasons, 4 months in a year. That's the winter season, otherwise it's an extremely hot place. Many people are dependent on tourism. Airport is ready. I talk to state government, they say central should give permission. Central government says state government should give permission. Sir, I want in writing, when do we get flights? And every time I ask this question, he said, oh, we'll let you know. This time I want to know when will you give us flights so that we can fly. Second thing, small thing I want to ask. You said there are 54 civil aviation colleges. 1.4 billion, 140 crore people, that is very small.
Honorable Minister.
And partly, there are no government aviation schools in lot more area. Please enhance that than giving private or going abroad, which is not possible for common person.
Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much, sir.
And I'm sure you are not going to say as soon as possible.
No, definitely not. One thing is, this question was related to Tirupati, but Madam has asked for Vijaypura, and we have been closely following up on the completion of Vijaypura. We are in the fag end of the completion, and all the licensing is also ready. As soon as we can do the commencement, most probably we'll get it done this year. And I'll give you in writing also when we can exactly do it. And definitely we will be, even if it is the state government, even if it is with us, we will all combinedly follow up so that we can get the operation started at Vijaypura Airport as immediately as possible. And I'll definitely give it in writing also, and when we can do it. And for this second part of the question, where Madam has asked about the civil aviation, in fact, the flight training organizations where the pilots and maintenance engineers get trained. In fact, we also feel that there is a lot more requirement. Now we have 54, 3 more are also under commencement, and 9 more are under permission. They have applied for permission to start. And right now, the capacity with which we are generating around 1,500, 1,600 pilots every year. We feel there is a lot more need, not only domestically, but at global scale. We want our Indian pilots who are getting trained here to operate globally also. So we see there is a demand which we can take right now and increase the number of FTOs in the country. We are actively putting the word forward that anyone who wants to start flight training organizations, please come forward. We are giving our airports, because we have a lot more airports. You have talked about parking space also, which is why in the next 5 years we are planning 50 airports. Next 10 years we are planning 100 airports. In the next 20 years we are planning 200 more airports. Because we see as the demand increases, first thing as the planes also come in, we need some space to park the planes also. So in that context, definitely we are going to increase the infrastructure in the coming days. This is one thought process that we already have, that the space is required, the more infrastructure is required, and uske saath hi ye flight training organizations are also required. We are increasing the number at the moment, and we want more people to come into the space, and we are actively pursuing in that region.
I want to help the honorable member. You have not indicated in how much time you will reply to her.
Clear timeline.
Thank you.
And we'll have one meeting also with the Honorable Ma'am and the respected stakeholders, so that you get full clarity on when we are going to start it, and you might not need to ask the question any other time in the Parliament. Thank you.
Krishnaya Raiga.
Mr. Chairman, Tirupati is a holy place internationally. Every day, more than 1 lakh to
Sir, the mic is not switched off.
Mic will be automatically on.
Hello?
You start, I think so mic will be functioning.
Thank you, sir.
You just start.
I'd like to thank the President, ma'am, for her address to the joint houses. And I'd like to focus my speech on the celebration of 75 years of our Constitution, celebrating our democracy and the constitutional protection that we are all enjoying. A leader that spoke before me spoke about our neighbor, a powerful neighbor, where there's a lot of development. But what is development worth without freedom? I have studied and grown up in India. And I've seen the diversity that thrives in India. And if we don't protect the diversity, then I think development is possible. But then the allegations of the opposition will become even more perpetuated of power and wealth being concentrated in very few people. Sir, last night I was supposed to prepare for this speech. I got really late. But for some reason, I've been wanting to watch a movie for the last week. The name of this movie is V for Vendetta. I first saw this movie almost 20 years ago, and it had a profound impact on me, but I still wanted to watch it again. I don't know why I saw it. And as I saw the movie, the parallel to my state of Andhra Pradesh over the last 5 years was so clear. On September 9, 2023, my leader, Chandrababu Naidu Garu, was arrested. Our leader, Mr. Lokesh's Yuvagalam Padayatra was abruptly stopped after 229 days. And we were all shocked. Soon after, less than a week after, we had the leader of Janasena Party, Mr. Pawan Kalyan, a senior leader in our party and popular actor, Mr. Balakrishna, and Mr. Lokesh go and meet our leader, Mr. Chandrababu Naidu, in jail. And as they came out and they announced, Mr. Kalyan announced that we are going in this together. Today it is not about me, it is not about the TDP, it is about the future of the state of AP and the future of the people of AP. That went on for 52 days with him being in jail. A lot of uncertain times. On October 31st, he was released. And I was fortunate to be there in the road as he was released and leaving the jail. And I was standing on my car and I had a vantage point. And as he was greeting the people that were there to see him after so long, we were able to lock eyes. As I saw his eyes and the depth in those eyes, there were tears rolling down my cheeks. And then we left, all of us moved to Amravati, the leaders of the party, the cadre, the family. But he only reached there 14 hours later at 6 a.m. in the morning. Someone who was in jail for 52 days, over the age of 70, still sitting in the car, not getting up and greeting people across the way, wherever people were there to see him. It gave us strength to fight, to see somebody like that. And then 6 months later, the campaign, the elections, 90 public meetings, almost 3 meetings a day. And all of this was not about him. It was about the future of AP. And I think what he felt, what was he feeling? His hope was to remind the world that fairness, justice, and freedom are more than words. They are perspectives. I'll be taking quotes in the movie through this, sir. And I think at that point he realized that he knew the people were feeling something that he knew all along. There is a long dialogue, sir, from the movie. I want to paraphrase it.